represent Tobiakpo Federal Constituency. I'm an Ikore man from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, the motion is on the need for the Budget Office of the Federation to comply with the provisions of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The House notes that the Budget Office of the Federation is an agency of the federal government, of the Federal Ministry of Budget and National Planning, and was established, amongst others, to provide and implement budgets and fiscal policies of the federal government. The House also notes that in recent times, there have been concern about an apparent failure of the Budget Office to comply with certain provisions of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, Cap F40, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004. The House is aware of the provisions of sections 26, 31 and 2, and 50 of the Act to the effect that the minister shall, within 30 days of the enactment of the Appropriation Act, prepare and publish a disbursement schedule derived from the annual cash plan for the purpose of implementing the Appropriation Act, and that the Minister of Finance, through the Budget Office of the Federation, shall monitor and evaluate the implementation of the annual budget, assess the attainment of fiscal targets, and report thereon on a quarterly basis to the Fiscal Responsibility Council and the Joint Finance Committee of the National Assembly. That the Minister of Finance shall cause the report prepared pursuant to subsection 1 of this section to be published in the mass and electronic media and on the Ministry of Finance website not later than 30 days after the end of each quarter. And that the federal government, through its Budget Office, shall, within 30 days after the end of each quarter, publish a summarized report on the budget execution in such form as may be prescribed by the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, and not later than 6 months after the end of the fiscal year. A consolidated budget execution report showing implementation against physical and financial performance targets shall be published by the Ministry of Finance for submission to the National Assembly and dissemination to the public. The House is also aware that the Budget Office, through its Department of Budget Monitoring and Evaluation, monitors projects and disbursement of funds and its application by spending ministries or agencies. The House is cognizant that unless the Budget Office of the Federation lives up to its responsibilities, achievement of transparency and effective budget implementation would continue to elude the nation at great cost. The House is called to resolve to mandate the Committees on Appropriation, Public Accounts, Finance, Public Procurement, and Government Affairs to investigate the infractions of the Fiscal Responsibility Act by the executive arm of government and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I so move.
Second, Honorable Goni Bukar.
Need for the Budget Office of the Federation to comply with the provision of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Although the motion is investigative, but in view of the importance of this motion, I'll allow Chinda to take a debate on it, and thereafter, if there's 1 or 2 members who want to contribute, they can contribute. But it's a very important motion.
In supporting this motion, or in arguing the motion, I will only state that for every responsible government, there is need. In fact, it is hinged on the fact that you uphold the rule of law. Regulations that are made ought to be obeyed, and that is the only way a government can be seen to be responsible. And that is what this motion is calling for. I would therefore urge us to encourage the government of the day, which is our own government, to comply with the rules and regulations that we have set for ourselves. And therefore, I urge you to support this motion to enable us check this government and ensure that we are responsible to those who have elected us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.